এখন ৰাজ্যৰ তিনিটা কাৰ্যকালৰ মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰী তেওঁ বৰ্তমান 82 বছৰ তেওঁৰ বয়স। আজিৰ পৰা 6 দশক পূৰ্বে 1966 চনৰ গুৱাহাটী বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ পৰা ইংৰাজী বিষয়ত স্নাতক পৰীক্ষাত উত্তীৰ্ণ হৈছিল বৰ্ষীয়ান ৰাজনীতিবিদগৰাকী। কিন্তু পৰৱৰ্তী সময়ছোৱাত সশস্ত্ৰ সংগ্ৰামত অংশ লৈ আৰু তাৰ পিছত ৰাজনীতিত ভৰি দি তেওঁ গ্ৰহণ কৰা নাছিল স্নাতক ডিগ্ৰীৰ প্ৰমাণপত্ৰ। তেওঁ হৈছে মিজোৰামৰ প্ৰাক্তন মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰী তথা মিজো নেশ্যনেল ফ্ৰণ্টৰ সভাপতি জোৰামথাংগা। বৃহস্পতিবাৰে 6টা দশকৰ অন্তত জোৰামথাংগাই গুৱাহাটী বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ পৰা গ্ৰহণ কৰে স্নাতক ডিগ্ৰীৰ প্ৰমাণপত্ৰ। এই উপলক্ষে এক বিশেষ বক্তৃতানুষ্ঠানৰ আয়োজন কৰা হৈছে। আমি পোনপটীয়াভাৱে আপোনালোকক লৈ গৈছো।
So, instead of serving the government of India, I being the previous MNA member, Stone's member, I decided instead of serving the government of India, let me take up a rifle and fight. And then went on the ground. From the pastor to the IAS officer to the underground is very contradictory kind of decision I have to make. But anyhow, it has come up to this. And in that year, 1966, I appear in the BA examination. Well, since the examination has to be held in the month of April, and MNF Declaration of Independence was in the 1st of March 1966, 1 month before our examination. We tried together with our friends, we tried to go underground straight with. But our leaders there said, you are only 1 month away from your examination. Please appear in the examination. Even if you go underground, we will still need the degree. So very unenthusiastically, anyhow, let me appear in the BA examination. We appear in the BA examination, really not caring, we do not care whether we pass or not. Our mindset was all in the jungle underground. Anyhow, we finished the examination. Somebody in the underground came from Manipur and told me, you have passed your examination. I was really doubtful of that because when I look at my answer paper, I did not believe that I'll get passed. Maybe some slightly lazy professor looking after my answer paper might have committed a mistake and make me pass my BA examination. But in the end of 1966, secretly, without the knowledge of other Manipur people or in the college, I went to DM college very secretly. All of them believed that I went home and then worked and served as a teacher there in Mizoram. I made the story like that. And then I went to my old DM college. There I found my mark sheet. And very strangely, I passed. I was really happy. And not only that, from Manipur, from the English honors student, I was the only one who passed the examination. And at the same time, I do not know, in the past course, you know, in those days the syllabus was such that in the past course there are 7 papers. In the honors course, there are 8 papers. In one paper, in the honors course, there are 5 novels, 5 dramas, quite a lot of books to read. And then the strange thing was that, as I've written there in my book, one book, The White Devil by John Webster drama was prescribed. And we told our professor, sir, please tell us this White Devil, at least the story. We do not know the story. We have not seen the book. How can we answer if there comes a compulsory question? He said, well, boys, I have not seen the book myself. There came a compulsory question. Thank God that I saw that book in the Islamabad, Pakistan Council Library in the year 1972. That was how many years? After 8 years or so. It was a bit late, like my certificate. So now, from there on, when I came over ground, and there was one of my classmates, my friend, who was an IAS officer, H.V. Lalringa, who was a secretary in Manipur. I requested him, please, try to get my certificate at least for a museum piece. So he said he tried hard, but in your time, you appear in the DM College, which was under the Gauhati University. But you asked it so late. There was no more DM College. Now it is DM University. No more under Gauhati University. People are at a loss where to go and what to do. And the dealing in charge said, why is it that this man has tried to get his certificate after decades and decades so late? So she was at a loss, and we totally failed. But there came Professor Akil and his friend, and when they come to Aizawl, I told those funny stories. And I told them, this is my mark sheet, this is my admit card, and so on. And they got the photocopy of that and brought here maybe to the Vice Chancellor of the Gauhati University, or I do not know. And later on they told me that we are going to prepare your certificate from the Gauhati University, which is the proper authority when you appear there. So I was really amazed, surprised. So at last, with that great effort, I received my certificate after 60 years. It really is an unusual certificate prepared by the unusual people to the unusual student. So I think that in other parts of India, there would be very few people who got their certificate after 60 years. Anyhow, the later the ceremony, then the more valuable it became. And so it will make a headline this morning also in the newspaper. It was said that Mr. Zoram Tanga is going to receive his certificate after 60 years. Well, anyhow, it makes some kind of a story. After going underground for 20 years, when I returned overground, everything became topsy-turvy. And I used to say that I feel like Rip Van Winkle, returning from the Catskill Mountain after sleeping there for 20 years, where everything changed. But as far as this certificate is concerned, it is 3 times that of Rip Van Winkle's sleeping time. 60 years, not 20 years. Anyhow, it makes it more valuable. So that's about the funny story of my certificate. I'll bring it home. I do not know whether my wife will appreciate it or he will simply, it's nothing. I do not know. Anyhow, let us try to adjust on that. So that's about the certificate. One thing I said is that I'm really, really grateful. I'm really grateful for the people who make a preparation for all these things. After it seems impossible, they make it possible. And thanks to the Vice Chancellor, it's a great thing. And I'll be bringing home there in Aizawl proudly and to a very great extent, this strange chief minister is bringing home his strange certificate from the strange university. In Aizawl, they will say. Anyhow, it's great. Number two is about the present meeting. When I look at this special lecture on from guerrilla fighter to a peacemaker, I was wondering whether you are going to refer my book or as a peacemaker. My book is from the guerrilla fighter to a chief minister. Here it is a peacemaker. It serves both. I really like it because I like to make a short speech on both of them because a peacemaker is the one that we need at the present. Let me dwell upon the book first. When I write about my book and somebody proposed that we should give it to the Penguin publisher, and well, I was doubtful whether the biggest publisher of the world, Penguin, would like to publish that book. I cautiously asked them whether they would be able to publish that. They said yes. After that, when I gave them the manuscript, rather the translated form to the Penguin, they said it's a little long, we'll make it a little shorter. And at the same time, we'll discuss together the name of the book itself. So they gave it to another professional writer to shorten and to rewrite it. Before that, she asked me, "Sir, you talk once again to the Penguin people because they are the biggest publisher of the world. Will they really like to publish your book? Okay, then let me do it again." Then I telephoned the people of the Penguin and I asked them, my professional writer, translator was asking, or rather doubtful, whether you would like really to publish it. And they said, certainly we'll do that. Because men like you, who have seen Mao Zedong, and then be together in the Tiananmen rostrum together with Zhou Enlai, Lin Piao, Guangqing, and all others. And after that, having a long discussion with Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and then with Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, still alive. You are a very rare commodity. Therefore, for us, you are a living legend. We'll gladly publish that. When I learned that, I was really happy. And then, about the title of the book, I simply said that let it be autobiography of Zoram Tanga. But they said, let it be reading inviting title. So they proposed from the rebel to the chief minister. I said, no. Politically, it will defame me. I don't regard myself as a rebel. Therefore, my political party people would not like to identify me as a rebel leader. But anyhow, still, that was some sort of a promotion from the previous Wikipedia story about myself. Many of the political leaders, when this, I believe it is Wikipedia, who made the story, when they write a book about them, their previous occupation, somebody were businessmen, somebody were teachers, somebody or so on. And when they wrote about me, previous occupation, they wrote it, Zoramta, terrorist. What a terrible thing. In fact, our fighting with the government of Indian forces is very clean. We have seen the Bangladesh fighting, and our fighting with the government of Indian forces is really professional and clean. So I cannot regard myself as a terrorist. Anyhow, let us make a compromise. Let us say guerrilla fighter. Indeed, I am a guerrilla fighter. Guerrilla means a small war, not a big conventional war. So, from a guerrilla fighter to chief minister, we compromised on that, and I think that it was really acceptable for my party people, for the government of India, and so the name was born. And so when the book was about to be published, a lot of things have to be done. And the Penguin people are trying their level best. And then after a lot of modification here and there, and at last the book was published. And then when the book was published, it was there in ISO, the English version itself was released by our Honorable Governor of Mizoram, General Vijay. And in my speech there, I told about myself. In the year 1971, in the month of December 16, when I went down from Rangamati to Chittagong, I met a lot of Pakistan officers and generals who were about to surrender on the 16th of December 1971. A lot of big guns are booming on the other side. So they said that General Niazi is going to surrender. You run back quickly. And then we ran back quickly. A lot of Indian Army with helicopters dropping there, here and there, were fighting there. And among them was one Indian young lieutenant. But luckily, we didn't meet. If we meet there, I would have shot him, or he would have shot him. But then we meet now after a long time. We meet in a different platform. Just to release my book here, he became an ex-Indian Army chief and then the governor of Mizoram. And we met in a different platform. He released my book. Thank God that we need not to shoot each other. That is, even the release of the book itself has a story.
আৰু এয়া আছিল গুৱাহাটী ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিৰ এই বক্তৃতা অনুষ্ঠানৰ পৰা পোনপটীয়া সম্প্ৰচাৰ